Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our AngelBobsOmni playthrough. So it has been a minute since my last video. That's because I've been moving and hopefully everything's all set up correctly. And we are on the other side. So we should be back to a fairly normal schedule and doing some streaming. I'm gonna keep playing through some Kerbal Space Program over on Twitch, and there's also a new game that I really want to try out. That is called, oh shoot, what's it called? Songs of Six, maybe Sykes, SYX. It just looks a lot like the kind of game that I'm going to enjoy, so I'm gonna potentially check that out. And one moment. The Steam overlay thing is not going away. What on earth? Well, now I've really gone and done it. Okay, well, there we go. I think we got there. Did that work? Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay, so where did I leave off? Can I even remember? I know I was making crystal seeds. Ah, yes, and that's for the biters. So we need to craft some biter refugiums. And we'll need 3 per tier of biter. Oh gosh, I don't want to be anywhere near those puffers. We need 3 of these per tier of biter, and then we need to have 3 tiers of biters. So I'm going to clear this space here, and we'll just use this area. And I'll make some bots. These termites are so nice. Okay. So that should be enough space, I hope. Switch back to the nanobots, and we'll leave enough space for some stuff over here. And what are they called? Beacons. And here we go. So we'll set up kind of a system that works, and then we'll be able to just copy paste it. Because essentially we need 3 recipes. We need the one, so this one hatches new biters from eggs. And we get a 95% chance to get just a regular biter and a 5% chance to get a queen. And we will need to set up alien processed meat for that. Then we need the small biter zoo, which is essentially using biters and a little bit of nutrient pulp and some meat, and then it creates raw crystal splinters from that. And then we have the small biter breeding, which uses up 1% of a queen to create 1.5 eggs. Again, with meat and nutrient pulp. And then, so this is the egg hatching, and then the small biter queen. Where'd it go? Small biter breeding. We'll make new ones, and then we need the small biter zoo. So this will get me all the different things I need. So nutrient pulp, thankfully, just hooks up into all of them. And we should have plenty of it. You know what's cool is we already have nutrient pulp right here. That's just being wasted. Could just use that, but I think it's probably easier to hook it up to the one that's not supposed to be wasted. So we'll do a T, and then an L, otherwise. So that should be an I, and then a single L, right? Yeah. Okay. So nutrient pulps taken care of. So let's set all this up. We need the alien meat for all three of them. And alien meat comes from raw meat and alien goo. Alien goo comes from just alien bacteria and a liquefier. So we've got that here. So let's make a liquefier. Ooh, I can make a purple tier liquefier. And we'll place that there. And you make goo. Productivity? Nope. Okay, what's the rate? 9.3. Doubt we're ever going to need more than that. And then that... two per meat. Okay. So then the meat, we want to come over. Maybe I should just put that in a chest because it's pretty far away up here. I'll use a belt. We'll still do old school for the meat here. And what do I actually make that in? Assembling machine. Okay, easy enough. Neat. There we go. Productivity here? Of course not. Okay. And that can be 2 per second. Okay, didn't see that little lamp. There we go, alien meat. So that's going to run by all of these from that side. And we're going to place some lights here. Substation. Okay. Damn. So then, what we need is some sort of biter egg priority. So then the biter eggs will be there. This one will be a requester chest for biter eggs. Ooh, I see it. It's right here. Small biter egg, we'll just do 20. And that needs to be channel 4. Oh, am I not even doing the experiments? I thought I was. Oh, I need the blazing puffer eggs. Hopefully I have those by now. Blazing puffer egg. 5. Ooh, I do have a few. Okay. Because we got the fart storm going on up here. It does look like we've got a few blazing puffer eggs. Okay. So then, how's my fish meat doing? These could probably use speed modules. Speed that up a bit. Is 2 per second enough? Yeah, these use 0.2 per second. Okay, so then this one is out of the network, it claims. No, it's not out. Okay, so this takes some time. Raw meat, I don't need. And then we need some speed modules in here. Okay. How's my power doing? Oh, we got plenty. Nuclear power's great. And so that should prioritize, you know, if enough eggs are coming out of here, then this one will stop working. So that's one way to do priority. And then eggs will get fed into here. Then we want biters to be produced by this. And then queens can just go into some sort of storage here. So this needs to be a filter then. And this is small biter queen. And then we have a filter going out for small biter. Okay, and then this one gives queens back. Again, that needs to be a filter though. So this will be queens. Throws eggs out, and that will naturally stop once we have enough eggs. This one should naturally stop once we have enough biters. And that's what goes into here. But this gives biters back, so this needs to be a priority thing again. Like this. I mean, we can always just... Let's see, how do we do this? I mean, I guess this works. Priority right, or input priority right. So we'll make sure it's on the far top side, which is going to be the bottom side here. And that needs to be a filter for small biters. Because then we have raw crystal splinters, and those just get provided. Raw crystal splinters. And I think that's everything we need. Hopefully. And for some reason, we still haven't requested an egg. Forgot to change this guy to channel. There we go. So it should take around 20 eggs to create one of the biter queens, and that's what we need to get this whole process rolling, and then we will be swimming in raw crystal splinters. And what I'll do... So let's see. Yeah, Santa Ray breeding, I'm gonna need running a lot of time for the meat. And so I want to make sure the artificial fish water can be, let's see. Can be gotten rid of. Can always omnilate it. But I really would rather just have this fill up. So what I'll do is I'll put a circuit condition on the biter splinters. Oh, I don't need that. I just need to connect to the network. I still can't believe I played, you know, my first however many 1,000 hours of Factorio, not knowing that you actually don't need to connect a wire to these to connect them to the circuit network. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I just, for some reason, assumed you had to. So we'll only use the biter splinters if we don't have 100 from the fish splinters. So we'll essentially that creates a priority. We'll use those up first. And it looks like we're running. No queens yet. We'll pop speed modules into all these. And a couple beacons. Oh, I forgot to leave room for beacons on this side. That's okay. Okay, that should speed things up. Plus 160%. So this only produces, you know, 4 biters a minute, but this will produce 10. Wait. Well, oh no, this is the one that needs to be faster. Okay, what's the rate here? So we turn 35 biters into 35 splinters. That seems like plenty once this all gets rolling. So it needs half. Oh no, we only consume 0.015 biters per second to make all those splinters. And this creates 0.07, so we'll be fine in terms of the rate. And we got our first queen. Once we get our second, then this will start cycling through. And we should be good to go. So there we go, raw crystal splinters taken care of via biter refugiums. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so then what was I looking at? Was I considering beacon tier 2? I can't remember. Let's find out. So the only thing we're missing for this is the crystals. And the technology, which is purple science. Aha. Okay, so let's research module 2s. And then let's work on purple science. I think that was what we had next. Production science. All right. Yeah, I think we already made the hell mod for this even, didn't we? We did. We did. Okay. And I think what we should do, again, is base this off of productivity, productivity 4s instead of 2s. Because we will soon have productivity 4s. So we'll put those where they fit. That saves me a bit of iron and stuff, but not as much as I'd like. Okay. So then we can just do a couple beacons to make those go faster. I'm going to make this a purely bot-based build within the science block. And we'll just use trains to bring the raw resources here. And we'll make that a, let's see, channel 1 provider warehouse as well. Provider warehouse. And then make sure we throw in a channel 1 roboport and another 25 bots. And then we'll set all this up right here. And we'll try to minimize number of beacons. So we'll throw beacons here. And then do something like this. And then we can work our way down with fewer beacons. So the ones that need the most help, let's pin this. I should probably set all of them to the same beacon level. Let's see, active modules for play. And let's say we have only 2 beacons affecting each factory. And that'll help me guesstimate how many factories I actually need. Because I can get up to 4 beacons affecting a factory. Oh, maybe let's do it that way. Because if I do 4 and then hit play, then I can decide. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. The point is, if we have 4, no, I want the default to be 2. Sorry, going back and forth. And there'll be beacon 2 soon anyway. But this way I know I need probably 3 buildings doing production science. And then I need 1 doing the electric furnace, 1 on the assembling machines, 1 on the chemical plants. Let's maybe be slightly more efficient. Let's do the furnace one next to the furnace. And then these 2 can be those 2 buildings. Check, 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 check. I should switch this because then I can do the tier 1 here. Wait, I already have the furnace. It's the chemical plant that I need up here. Okay, so then we got that. Omni tractor. Burner inserter. Okay, so I need these Omnitors. So let's put those. Because where I can, if something's only used in one place, I want to make it next to that thing. So like the pipes are actually only used in the chemical plant. So then that makes me want to put the pipe maker here. And then in baric omnitors, oh, that's fine. We'll do everything else. Standard. Okay. So we need omnitors, gears, gears, and then copper cable. Okay. So then now what I need is a billion requester chests, billion provider chests. And if I really want to be efficient, I will have them at an angle. Maybe like that. Let's actually just do every other and see how that works out. Okay, and then we want the default for providing to 1 stack. And I will make some small changes to this here in a second, but we'll start out with that. Okay, channel change all to 1. And we'll throw another channel 1 robo port to the side here. And we also need a couple substations. Okay. So the places I want to switch around. One's like this. Although they all need... Oh, I changed some of these bots to channel 1, and now they're confused because there's no storage on channel 1. So I need to find the storage. Channel 1. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if pipes are only used in one place, I can do that. And then I don't need pipes to go into a provider. And same thing with these. I can just do that. Don't need the provider for assembling machines. Burner machines are only used here. Don't need the provider. Provider. Don't need the provider. I think gears. Well, steel gears are used somewhere else, so I can't do that anyway. I think Omnicam gear wheels, same story. They're only used in one place, so they don't need to be provided. I guess this one needs to look a little different. How's that? And then everything else should be okay. So now we want to put some speed modules in here. And can I change the, let's see, pace settings, multiplier type, time spent. So 5 seconds spent on crafting. So we want 30 seconds of crafting time. And I hope that that does take into account speed beacons. So let's find out. If I do a request here, it does 189. If I take the speed modules out, it does 135. Okay, so that does work. So first we want to get all our modules plopped in. It's a gross word, plop. Oh, right, can't use them there. Everywhere we can. I think 30 seconds is actually too much. Because we have the additive value thing still set. So each one will be 5 seconds worth. So we'll do maybe 20 seconds. Is that right? I think 10 is probably for the best. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. If I keep saying 10, something magical will happen. Alright, now what this should produce then, and I can take these out. What this should produce is science. That's the hope anyway. We'll see if it works. I might give a few more bots to get things rolling here. I mean, heck, we're almost there. This one doesn't seem to be running because I never built it. That's very reasonable, actually. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna build it down here, I guess. And Barik. Copy this. Alright, it doesn't copy the chests. One space, channel 1. Here we go. And these aren't being done because why? Just need more bots? What are we... What's going on here? Oh, they're getting the Omnikium from a long ways away. Okay, so we should switch some of the requests on here, right? Because we don't have Omnikium here. So, Omnikium... negative 2200. And then what else is used? Both types of circuits. So let's request those two. Circuit. Okay, so that's negative 2200. And then what is it? Some sort of board. Logic board? Electronic board. Okay, 2200. Okay. So then that should make it easier for the bots to bring that stuff. And then we will provide channel 1. Put those there. And we have reached the capacity of 2 belts. And I need to switch these around anyway to use productivity modules. So we're going to tear all this up. We'll start by mixing the inserters. Okay. Let's pick all this up first. I do have a mod that can allow me to walk slower with the click of a button, because sometimes it can be annoying to walk too fast. Although, isn't that a toggle exoskeletons? Isn't there a button for that now? Yeah, there is. Oh, it's right here too. Okay. Oh, Alt-E. There's even a shortcut for it. Okay, that's nice. Anyway, get rid of these. Okay, so now we want to deconstruct all this. Oh, here comes some construction bots. They get very excited about things if you let them. Should probably do these by hand. Okay, and then deconstruct all this. Inventory's full. Well, whatever. We're making a mess somewhere. I don't really care. Alright, so then there's a couple ways to do this. One is to just use bots for all the science packs, and they just deliver. The other is to still use belts. How many science packs are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't think plant lives are part of anything infinite. It's really just 8. So that would be 4 belts, which could maybe somehow fit in here. You know, if we do something like this. Yeah, 4 inserters for 4 belts. So that can work. And then we do beacons on this side. The other option is just to have things delivered anyway, which feels better. So we'll have a requester chest, and then something like this. Although if I want to minimize the number of labs, I probably want beacons all around them. Guess we can go closer. And eventually we'll lead up to a second layer of beacons. So for now, we'll just do this. And we need science. I'll do 400 of each. Science. 100. Oh, this will be a good way to get all of it back from channel 0, because I got rid of a bunch. Science 400. Science. Logistic production. And we will need logistic. Pink pack. And then the yellow pack. Transport. Or no, that's utility. And then after we do all that, there's the different colors for alien stuff. I'm not going to worry about that. And then there's space. So then we'll copy that and paste, paste. Throw in a RoboPort for good measure. Put it on channel 1. Switch these guys to channel 1. These are now providers for channel 1. All right. And then productivity and speed. Hopefully that's pretty fast. Plus 812% seems pretty reasonable. And then can I do some more lab speed upgrades? I can, but they're purple. Let's spend our first couple purples. Oh no, those are pinks. Shoot, did I even get the wrong color? Those colors are too close together. No, these are purple. So we'll work our way towards module 2, which requires ceramics, it looks like. Gotta cancel that one though. What's not... Something's not right here. Oh, that's on channel 2 somehow. Alright, so the big shortage is on iron gear wheels. Right, so I wasn't paying attention to numbers because they're all pretty much far under 1. Because of the beacon settings that I had. I see, we need 6.76 gears per second. So let's drop another beacon there, and there. Then we get what we're looking for. And we need a bit more delivery of iron, and we're short on bots. Let's drop another 50 in. Get rid of a bunch of labs I don't want. And I think we're pretty good to go. So it's not quite 2 per second yet. That's close. But again, we're still short on these because we're still short on gears. But yeah, it's just a bot availability problem at the moment. So fine, we'll throw a few more in. Alright, and then maybe bump up the iron, the brick, steel, copper by a little bit, so we can handle the demand of military and purple science packs. But the good news is, doing all that, we got the other splinters researched. So then our next step is crystal. What is it? Shards, I believe. Yeah, medium biters. So we want to get the whole medium biter thing going. And to do that, we need medium biter eggs. And to do that, we already have crystal seeds, and we have raw crystal splinters. But we need crystal enhancers, and we have acidic buffer eggs. So this needs crystal catalyst, petri dish, and crystal powder, which is pretty similar to what we have already, right, over here. Let's see, we got petri dish, and we can easily request crystal powder on, what is it, the channel 4? Powder, crystal, channel 4, 50. Do we not have that stored? Oh, we do. Channel 4. Okay. Alright. Crystal... what was it called? Enhancer. So the crystal catalyst is the issue. And that requires seedling, which is coal-filtered crystal slurry in a filtration unit. So I need a filtration unit, and then I can put this over here by the crystal slurry. Guess we need some speed on this. What exactly is that making? Well, I mean, I know what it's making, but... well, I guess I'm using all of it. So many polished. Polished splinters. Oh, I do have a lot of... So here's an interesting dilemma. If any of these... huh. Gosh, what do I do? Because you can grind these back up. And, for example, if I run out of red ones, but the green ones are full, I need to start grinding green ones. Oh, you can't grind them back up. Thought you could. Okay, so then it's these you can grind back up. Yeah, crystal splinter milling. So, essentially, these will back up, and that's fine. They're supposed to. But then here, if I... let's see. If one of these gets full, I need to mill the other two. But if all of them are full, I want to stop. So I only mill if it's full. Well, let's start with request errors. And the milling is done in what? A powderizer? Research the next one. Or powderizer 2. Yeah, get that done real quick. So I'll have to do some advanced circuitry here. We'll see if I'm smart enough for it. Having another thought, I could put it on a belt, and then the belt would stop. I don't know. There's probably some sort of way to do it that I'm not thinking of that's simpler. But for now, we need an ore powderizer for each color. The main reason I'm doing this is because you do end up having this issue due to the fact that you use a different amount of speed, productivity, and whatever else modules. Okay, so we'll do blue, red, green. And it's for the cut splinters, correct. Okay. So then change these to channel 4. And the request could be a circuit condition. Let's see, could it be like green minus blue and red? Green times 2 minus blue and red. I'm really not smart enough for this, am I? It's easy when there's only 2, but this feels like I would almost need 2 conditions. Like if red is empty, maybe we'll just do it that way. And we'll probably waste some, but that's okay. These aren't crazy expensive now with the biters going. So we will connect these to channel 4. Oh, I also need some milling drums. I don't have enough of those in the network. Those are up here. You only make milling drums if milling drum is less than 100 available. And then it's actually the wrong recipe. Milling drum made from steel plate and lubricant. It's down and then we need a requester on steel. Okay. So that'll make sure we've got milling drums available, and then back down here. So we'll say that only inserts if... Oh, but I can't do red or green. That was the problem. Oh, I have an idea. I'll have 2 different inserters per color. And then what I'll do is I'll just set a different condition on each one. So this one will say if red, cut red crystal splinter is less than 100, we'll grind up blue. Or if cut green crystal splinter is less than 100, grind up blue. And we'll only do this I guess the priority will always be to these. Let me put some speed in here. The priority will always be to these just because the inserters are connected to the provider chest, so the inserters will grab it before the bots can get a hold of it. Make that even faster. How fast is that? 5 per second? Still not even enough for that, but we've got plenty. Okay. The channel 4 doesn't, so we actually need a weird transfer. Channel 0 to channel 4 milling drums. And then we're gonna need back channel 4 used milling drum to channel 0 provider. It's kind of annoying, but it'll work. Milling. Oh, this episode's getting long. Okay, we'll just request 50 because we're only providing a stack. That should all work. Bing, bing, bing. Active provider on channel 4. Okay, so then this is red, green. This is channel 4. This one's connect. Channel 4. This one's connect. Okay, they're all channel 4. So this needs to be for green and blue. So cut blue crystal splinters less than 100. For green, it's less than 100. And then this one will be red and blue. There are situations where this ends up wasting. However, most of the time it's going to provide just preventing from one of them backing up, which would probably be efficiency. This is going to be the first one. Yeah, we can see it's already backing up. And so then this is going to back up, which means this is going to back up. And once green is full, it'll stay full until these down here drop below 100. If either of them drops below 100, then we'll start grinding green crystals. Then this will stop being backed up, which means this will release again. So it shouldn't... 100 is maybe too low of a threshold, but it should be okay. So I'm not going to worry about it. And back to the crystal slurry, we need the filtration unit to... I guess right here is fine. So I can do this. And we want that one. We also need water. Water's right here. How convenient. So you just need that to turn a corner. And then there we go. We do need a coal filter, which requires some filter frames, which I can just handcraft a few. What am I trying to do? Control F, filter frame. Let's make 10. And then we do need some coal for that. Coal. And I'm okay with that being channel 0, because we need a very small amount. And then the sulfuric waste... Yeah. Screwed up. Okay. This back one. That over one. Put this back one. Delete that. Move that back one. Roboport 4 is in the way. Channel 4 Roboport we can just put here. Instead, filtration unit. There it is. Let's try again. Now we've got the slurry, which can make catalysts, which I think is from a, what is it called? Crystallizer? Yeah. And then we need a clarifier for this stuff. Okay. Crystallizer. And those are going to be provided on channel 0 because I'll need them in a couple other places as well. I can't put productivity, so why not? Okay, so what's the hang up here? Filter frames. There we go. Alright, that should do it. So 25 makes 2 catalysts. I'm not going to need a ton. Oh, that's the one thing I wanted. It's the catalyst on channel 0. That's on channel 4, and we've got those. Okay, perfect. Productivity? Anybody? Anybody? No. Okay, so then the biter egg spearmint, medium-sized, should be able to just take these 2, along with a requester on channel 4 for... Aha. I have found the unfortunate reality of a 10-second craft, which is if it crafts less than 1 item, it doesn't actually work. I wonder if I can solve that by temporarily speeding it up higher. That's really annoying. Okay. Nope. I'm just an idiot. That's so funny. That's the wrong kind of chest. I just completely am not thinking straight, apparently. So let's try this again. There we go. It does have a minimum of 1, which is what would make sense. I'll take those out, because we already have them. Now, raw crystal splinters, I should have enough. My biter's not running? They're not. Bit of an issue. I did the priority wrong. Why? Okay. So that should fix things. Yeah, that priority was on the wrong one. That's how that got jammed up. It should be running again. And there we go. Medium biter eggs are good to go. So then all I have to do for medium biter system is copy this. And we will fit that here. And then I'll just change around the filter inserters and the chests. So like this is 20 mediums. And then this is a what? A provider on channel 4 with some sort of no restriction. That's where the queens are stored, right? And then, okay, so this needs to be medium biter. They're the green ones. And then this needs to be medium biter queen. This needs to be medium biter queen. Once we get some more reinforced concrete, we should be able to make our last one. Okay, and we gotta change around the recipes. Medium biter from egg, medium biter breeding, medium biter zoo. Perfect. Okay, now the eggs just need to go into a channel 4 provider. And there we go. Okay. Well, I think we'll call it an episode here now that we have medium biters, because then I can set up this process again and we can get tier 2 beacons, which makes an absolutely massive difference. And then we can start getting up to tier 4 modules. And so you can see how, you know, doing slow, careful, big train-based builds for all this stuff doesn't make too much sense, because in just the course of 1 or 2 episodes we can go from regular beacons, level 2 modules, to tier 2 beacons, tier 4 modules, and then we'll work on gemstones, and then we can go even further, and then we'll work on the big biters, and yet again we can go further. And once we have tier 3 beacons and tier 8 modules, it's pretty crazy. You basically only need one of every building, because you can beacon everything into oblivion. And so we'll work towards that so that we can get to the end game in terms of research. And then once we've got that, then we'll work on starting the whole world of compression. And we can, you know, just imagine when I'm making my iron ore, for example, you know, our current blast furnaces, we've got the blue ones. They have a crafting speed of 2. Well, we're going to get the purple one, which has a crafting speed of 3. Then we're going to compress it twice. They have a crafting speed of 48. And you can craft, the important part is, like, if I want to make what gets made in blast furnaces, ingots, right? And so if I wanted to make compressed cobalt ingots or compressed iron ingots, which is equivalent to how much ore? Oh, did they not tell me? Oh, you just used compressed ingots to make compressed items. I guess that makes sense. And so one compressed iron ore comes from... I mean, at some point, I assume you can get regular items, right? Huh. So I guess once you make a compressed item, it kind of stays as a compressed chain for a while. So that would come from a compressed iron crystal, which comes from compressed and concentrated liquids, compressed iron omnitic salt, compressed crushed sapphirite, compressed sapphirite ore, which comes from compressed omnite with whatever research it is that we've got, which is probably actually it's probably the first one we saw. Probably this is the highest tier one. And then compressed omnite is something that we just mine. So I think you use compressed miners to mine compressed omnite. So the whole purpose of that is to have a compressed item chain to make compressed science, which then means you basically only have 1/200th of the number of items as before. Which then, essentially, if you think about a bot, it can carry maybe 15 items or 20 once we have the high tier ones. Well, then it'll be carrying 3,000 science at a time. So we'll be able to, I hope, create a 1 million science per minute base. That's the goal. And then we'll see where we go from there. So, anyway, that's the plan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.